So welcome back to Josh Uncut. Today I'm going to talk about 5 things that I see business owners doing wrong that is killing their business. So number 1 is they spend too much time in the day-to-day operations. They're doing all the repetitive tasks that they could be paying somebody else to do, but they're penny pinching, so they'd rather do it themselves and not pay anybody thinking they're making more money. The best business owners are the ones who are the marketeers of a business rather than the operators of a business. If you look at Sir Richard Branson or Lord Alan Sugar, those guys are all about marketing. So I spend about 70% of my time on sales and marketing. I'm out there 3 days a week getting customers, closing deals, cash into the business. If you look at Charlie Mullins of Pimlico Plumbing, 95% of his time is spent on customer acquisition. Now, he was probably Britain's most successful home service operator. He sold his business for £140 million, and success leaves clues, so we should maybe follow Charlie Mullins. And number 2, not knowing your numbers. Too many business owners think that it's down to their accountants to produce their year-end accounts, and then 12 to 18 months later, the accountants say how last year was. That is too late. The accountants are there to make your books tax efficient, and it's your job to make sure the business is profitable month after month by looking at the management accounts. It's important that you understand how many beans make 5, and you know how much money is coming in, how much money you're spending on materials, and how much money is going out on expenses, and knowing what your bottom line is. In our business, we do between 60 and 80 jobs per week, and we've got 5 teams out in vans doing all the different jobs. And at any one point, I can pinpoint exactly where we're making money or where we're losing money, who's the most productive, what team's not making money, why they're not making money, and then we can put stuff in place to change it. And then what we have a very fancy spreadsheet, if you like, called the P&L Logistics Tracker, where we break it down so we know how much money we're making out each and every single day. It would look something like this. On a Monday, we would put in the job we're working on, which is just normally a job number, and how much money that's bringing in. And that will have the total sales for the day, which in this example would be £100. And then underneath that, we'll have whoever's working. So we might have Mac, Joe, and Seb. Then Excel knows how much you get paid each day. For this example, I'll just say it's £30, £10 each, because I made the £100 a bit too low, but for the video, this will do. And then underneath that, we'll have any materials that we require for the job. That'll be totted up before we start the job. How much we spend on fuel to make the vans move. Any expenses for the jobs. So if we're travelling, staying in hotels, or having to get food or whatever, that gets added in. Then we've got our fixed costs. So what we do, every month we look at all overheads. We divide that by 22, because on average is 22 working days each month to give us a daily fixed cost per team. So say if our expenses were £50,000 per month, we do 50,000 divided by 22 divided by 5 teams, and just say that was £100 or whatever. And then we would do the sales, take away wages, take away all these costs to give you how much profit that team makes on that day. And we'll do that for 5 teams, so we know exactly where we're making money or where we're losing money. And the third mistake that I see a lot of business owners making is not staying in their lane. McDonald's is the planet's most successful restaurant because everybody knows if we go to McDonald's what we're going to get. It's not going to be a 5 Michelin star restaurant, and it's not going to be beans on toast. Wherever you go worldwide, you get the same service and the same quality. And if you go to the Ritz in London, you know it's going to be high end, it's going to be excellent service. What they say they're going to deliver is what they deliver. Too many people say they're going to be absolutely amazing, promise the world, and have a subpar delivery, which makes customers unhappy. So when you go to McDonald's, you're not going to get lobster caviar, and when you go to the Ritz, you're not going to get a Big Mac. My point is, those businesses stay in their lane and they know what to deliver to their customers, and they do that successfully each and every single time, which builds trust and reputation, which keeps the customers coming back time after time. So if you say that you're going to be average, be average. If you say that you're going to be great, be great. My point is, stay in your lane. In our business, we turn down work that we don't normally do. So if a customer wants something that's in the garden, which we could do but we don't normally do, we just say we don't do it because we know we're not going to be able to deliver our usual exceptional service, and that's when problems start to happen, when you start to lose your reputation. The next biggest mistake that I see business owners doing is they're unable to delegate. The business owners that have started their business from scratch by themselves, they want to hold on to everything and in the end just hold on to nothing. They are afraid of employing more staff and delegating in case that member of staff doesn't work out and they start making mistakes. But you have to kiss a few frogs to find your prince. What even ends up happening, somebody that's maybe worked in a job to start up their own business, they give up their job working 40 hours a week for okay money, thinking that we're going to work less and earn more, but they end up working more and earning less. So in our business, what I do, I set all my team leaders clear KPIs and targets, so all the team leaders know how many sales they should be bringing in, know what the labour to turnover ratio should be, know what the average transactional value should be, and they've got those targets in their weekly meetings, but I let them get on with their job. And the last thing that I see business owners not doing, which is probably the most important thing, is sharing their vision with the team and building culture. A great business has a great team behind it. The key to building any great business is to build a great team. So when I'm trying to do an impossible task, I think who, not how. That's the first thing that comes about. Who has the correct skills and the correct attitude that can help me do what I want to do. You need to get your team on board with a vision. You need to repeat it week after week, month after month, so everybody is crystal clear on what you want. And you might think, oh, that's too much, but the priest stands up in the church every Sunday and repeats the same thing week after week, month after month, year after year. You need to repeat it all the time. And then once you start to share it all the time, that will start to build culture. It will drip down from the top all the way to the bottom. But then you have to get the right people on the right bus going the right direction. And when you're building your team, you're going to get the wrong people in. I've hired 60, 70 people to get to the 20 members of staff that we've got right now. A bad apple will rot the tree, so you need to act quickly. Get rid of those people that aren't on board with your vision, those people that are gossiping, the naysayers, the people that blame. You need to act quickly and kick them out your company. Too often business owners spend too long deliberating whether or not to get rid of that person, but the moment they've thought they need to get rid of that person, that's when they need to act immediately rather than hanging on, drawing out the inevitable. Skill set we can train, attitude, I can't buy people a new brain unfortunately. You need to kill any toxicity in the company. Those people will destroy your company, and the quicker you get rid of them, the better. 5 things you should start doing. You should know how many beans make 5. Become a master marketeer of the business and not an operator. You should stay in your lane, do what you say you're going to do, learn how to delegate and share the vision with your company. So yeah, I hope this video was helpful for you. I'll see you next week.